Well, the man himself looking very, very chilled. You were very relaxed up there as well with AJ. We weren't quite sure how it was going to pan out. You know, we thought there could be a little bit of needle, a bit of fireworks. Is it a case that you're just that little bit too far out to get edgy yet? You've got 4.5 weeks.
Experience, man. You know what? These guys they do a lot of things behind the scenes to try and wind me up, and I've, you know, like they got these accounts that posting all these videos of him knocking me out and this and the other and tagging me and this and the other and other things, and they little things with the contract and the negotiations. They do things to wind me up, but as time's gone on, I realize and I'm thinking, you know what? Interesting. So I just approach it differently. They expected me to saw the fight and be aggressive and be, what for? The fight is selling itself. I don't need to do it. But obviously, when I was younger, obviously, you know, I see that fire is still in me, but I control it more and use it when I want to use it. I know I want to use it. And that's what experience gives you, you know?
Yeah. Brilliant. I was there. I was lucky enough to be there first fight ringside. Do you believe now? Back then, it's probably fair to say you were still a novice back then, but it was just that raw heart, strength, determination that got you in that fight. I'm right in saying that. You believe you're much, much better fighter now. IQ, all-round skill, totally different
that fight, I didn't even train properly. I was at home most of the time doing my own thing. I didn't know about strength and conditioning. I never even, I didn't even have a physio or nothing. I was just at home eating whatever my mom cooked, eating. You know what I mean? But then after you start to learn things, I didn't take no vitamins, nothing. I had injuries everywhere. When into the fight, my ankle and my shoulders messed up from not having glucosamine and cod liver oil and stuff to lubricate. You know what I mean? I didn't know all these things. I didn't even know these things. No one told me. I never win the ABA title or no medalist, so I never had no team. I was just... I was a fuck that could fight, you understand? That could knock people up. You know, I couldn't fight, I just know to knock people up, basically, you know what I mean? And I started to train a bit, you know what I mean? Obviously, my boy over there, he was in UFC, he was in MMA at times. We started to run together and stuff, and, you know, and I just believe anybody a touch would go. But now I understand things, I learn, I've been through things, I've been down in fight lates, I won fights some points. I know what it takes now, you understand?
Yeah, we were talking before with me in terms of your training. Obviously now your trainer Buddy McGirt, who you know well, and Callum Smith, obviously your old stablemate. How has that kind of added to the arsenal, if you like?
Buddy's a very intelligent guy. He's so calm. Honestly, if he was more calm, he'd be laying in your back. It's chilled, and he doesn't try and change your style too much. He tries to add to it and try to make you more effective with his style, and he gives you a flexible game plan, which is important. You don't just say to you, oh, you need to fight this guy like this, like this. Okay, you need to do this, but you understand? And he's not one of the trainers, my way or no way. A lot of trainers like, oh, you have to go forward, you have to do this. He's like, okay, we need to go forward to beat this guy, but you got to pick the timing. You know what I mean? It's just intelligent stuff. It's small things that you don't think are important, but when he breaks it down to you, and the way he tells you over time, and then you're like, oh, okay. But then 6 months down the line, you're like, oh, all right, cool. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I'm shadow boxing, I'm doing stuff, and he's not saying anything. I'm looking around like, buddy, what's up? And he's like, you're doing it right, motherfucker. That's why he's saying shit to you. You know, and that's what I mean. He's got that effect on you, you know what I mean?
Brilliant. You know, talking about training, so this fight, I know it's been talked about for weeks. A lot's been going on behind the scenes, but now we're like 4.5 weeks out. Has sparring been put into play already of the chance that we think this fight's going to get made, or have you just been sparring just generally, not specifically for AJ?
I've just been training and working and things, and, you know, like I said, I came to boxing late, so I still got a lot of things to work on. I'm still improving and still getting better, I think, so we've just been working. And now, you know, camp goes, now it's the finer details of thing now, and start really locking in now, you understand? Because sometimes I've had camps that have locked in too early, and then 8 weeks on the line, I've been sparring 6 weeks already, and I still got 2 weeks to go, and then I'm like, oh, your body starts to feel a bit like, oh man, you know. So now is the time we really zone in now, and then we up it to, you understand? Which is things I didn't know all about those things. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna spar as much as I can for as long as I can, you understand? And then you're not going to fights with injured hand, injured this, injured that, you know.
What do you make of the scene at the minute? I mean, you and AJ have signed for this
it's
fight.
It's a joke.
Well,
it's a joke.
It's a lot of fans obviously have got very fed up with the whole situation. I mean, you want to upset the apple cart anyway and get your name back.
A lot of greed. A lot of guys worrying about undefeated record. A lot of guys worrying about looking bad. A lot of guys, it's a joke. And people put too much emphasis on win, lose, or draw instead of enjoying good fights and the best fight the best.
Yeah.
And that's the problem we're having, and that's why the sport's dying. You know, look at the UFC. The heavyweight guys, they fight each other all the time, and it's great fights. You know, you don't care, okay, he's had 3 losses or 2 losses. No, it's still a good fight. And people buy it, and people want to see it. But these guys get caught up in, undefeated this and undefeated that, and greed. And just let the fights happen, man. You know, why ain't Fury and Usyk fought yet?
Yeah.
You know, why ain't Joshua and Fury fought yet? Why?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Then you just mentioned something then, and that's what I wanted to get onto. One of my final questions. You mentioned the UFC, obviously, your boy Jimmy over there. It seems that's a great chance Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou might happen. But I've heard from a very good source, someone who was there, you was helping a UFC legend out, Rampage Jackson, a bit back, wasn't you?
Yeah, you know.
And I heard very good stuff from the lad who was there. Have you never been tempted to do that?
I had MMA fights. I've had
No, I
MMA
know you've
fights.
had the MMA fights, but on that stage.
I said to Francis Ngannou, I'll fight in
Yeah.
boxing and MMA.
Yeah.
I said that to him. We have 2 fights, one in boxing,
I
one in
remember
MMA.
it.
Whichever way he wants to do it.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, I've been in MMA for a long time. I said, my boy Jimmy over there, you know, I used to help him get ready for fight. I helped Rampage, I helped Chet Congo. I helped a lot of these guys. I listed over him, all these guys. So I'm up for, I just want to fight, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
wherever the fight is, if it makes sense, I don't care. Whatever style it is, I will have it. Whatever the style is, I will have it. I fought in multiple disciplines before, and I'm not. People think, I'm genuinely say I'm not scared to fight. I'm not scared to fight. You know, there's 3 things that happen in a fight: win, lose, draw, or you knock someone out, someone knocks you out. You know, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about putting on the line and having a fight. You understand? It gives you something that nothing else gives you. That buzz, that rush is something, you know, something that you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
So just tell us then, Dillian, what happens on August the 12th?
I'm going to get the victory, whichever way I can. You see, the matchroom guys just look around like, really? You know, but I'll get the victory, you know, whichever way I can, man.
That would then open the doors to potentially what everyone's been talking about in December. But is that the way you see it?
I'm not bothered about what happened in December. I'm just bothered about Joshua's dangerous operator. You know, he's not someone that you can plan. They're planning ahead of me, which I'm a very dangerous operator too. But let them do that. I'm not doing that. Honestly, there's no talks about nothing else apart from him. Let them plan what they want, do what they want. You know, it's good for me. It's good. Let them overlook me. You know.
Dillian, all the best.
All the best.
We look forward
Respect,
to
man. Thanks
it.
for your time, Dillian.
Thank you.